On the Cambrian Teaching and Learning Innovation Hub website, you will find a new course development checklist and a set of templates. Click on Plan, then Course Development Checklist. These tools are the first draft of a process we've created for the development of online asynchronous courses destined for OntarioLearn. We wanted to also provide these materials to all faculty and course developers should they wish to use them for their in-person, fully online, virtual, blended, and hybrid courses at Cambrian. OntarioLearn comprises of online asynchronous course offerings developed by colleges across the province. OntarioLearn courses are required to meet a set of quality standards developed by Quality Matters. Quality Matters is a US-based organization that produces a research-based, peer-reviewed rubric and set of standards for the design of online asynchronous courses. OntarioLearn has adopted this set of quality standards, and therefore each course that Cambrian College hosts on the OntarioLearn platform must meet these standards. We have found this process saves time and effort while ensuring courses meet all the requirements. We have numbered all of the templates and resources on our website according to our course development checklist. Let's begin by taking a look at this checklist. You can choose which file type you wish to view these resources in. If you want a quick review of all the resources, select the PDF option. If you wish to download and customize the templates, you can choose the Google Doc or Microsoft Word options. Our course development checklist comprises of 9 steps that are meant to be completed in a linear order. You will notice 5 columns in the checklist. The far left column lists the steps in order. The next column lists items to complete. The third column lists who, from the hub or elsewhere across the college, would be involved in that step as a support. The fourth column provides an estimate of the minimum amount of hours expected to complete that step. In this case, about 70 to 80 hours for a fully developed 1-credit online asynchronous course. The final column is a customizable timeline for the completion of each step. Ideally, a course will need between 10 to 15 weeks or 1 full semester to fully complete all of the required course materials. We have organized the first 5 steps in the process into a series of sprints. Our team has found that sprints, with supporting team members present, saves countless hours, effort, and rework in completing each step. Through a guided sprint, our team partners with the developer to engage in rapid decision-making. Sprints are usually scheduled for 1 to 2 hours and occur weekly or bi-weekly until step 5 is completed. This allows us to partner together to build a solid foundation for the course. Sprint 1 begins with creating the course outline in Step 1 and creating the assessment plan in Step 2. Using the Cambrian course outline template with some optional resources, the course learning outcomes, objectives, evaluation plan, and course description are all developed in Step 1. Next, from the evaluation plan and learning outcomes, the individual assessments are planned out in Step 2 by completing the assessment plan template. This template allows a clear alignment to be made between learning outcomes and assessments. As well, the purpose of each assessment and supporting learning activities are planned to ensure students are scaffolded and supported to be successful in those assessments. Once the course outline and assessment plan are completed, this concludes Sprint number 1. Sprint number 2 focuses on Step 3, which is the creation of the syllabus. Now that the learning outcomes, assessments, and learning activities have been planned out, a more detailed week, unit, or topical outline can be created. The syllabus ensures a clear alignment of the instructional materials and learning activities to the learning outcomes. Once the syllabus is complete, all of the course materials and assessments are now mapped to ensure that students working through the course will meet all of the learning outcomes. This concludes Sprint number 2. Sprint number 3 is focused on detailed assessment descriptions and grading criteria. We have created an assessment description template, which can be completed for each assessment or graded item in the course. Every assessment must have a clear grading criteria in the form of a rubric, checklist, or other transparent grading tool to ensure that students know exactly how they will earn marks for that assessment. The assessment description template provides even more valuable information to students, such as the purpose of the assessment, the task, time commitment, completion instructions, grading criteria, submission instructions, and how to cite resources. We've included a rubric as an example of clear grading criteria. When creating a rubric, you would first think about what a high-quality assessment submission from a student would look like. If it's a presentation, for example, you would list the criteria on the left that would indicate a high-quality presentation. You may wish to list criteria such as research, application, delivery, and visuals. In the second column from the left, you would list what your expectations are for a student to achieve an A grade of 80 to 100%. For research, you may want to indicate that recent peer-reviewed articles were used and properly cited using APA format in the presentation as footnotes or in a bibliography. In the third column, indicate, for the same criteria, what a 70 to 79% or a B grade submission would be. In the fourth column, describe a 60 to 69% or a C grade, and so forth, up to a grade of less than 49%, which would indicate an F. Students would clearly be able to see what's expected of them for the effort and time they put into each assessment. Grading with rubrics is also a much faster and easier process, as you have already clearly outlined your expectations, and students can see from their graded assessments where they can focus on improving. They are not left guessing why they achieved a certain mark. Once all of the assessment descriptions and grading criteria are created, this concludes Step 4 and Sprint number 3. Sprint number 4 focuses on course design. A well-designed course is not just about visual design. Step 5, as part of Sprint number 4, ensures that the course is easy to navigate, accessible, has high-quality visual elements, is well-organized, and contains items that ensure the course experience is positive for the student. The overall structure, layout, and design of the course is discussed with key decisions made to ensure consistency throughout. We have developed a Moodle template that contains many of the requirements of Quality Matters, so that efforts only need to be focused on the course materials. This Moodle template provides a structural framework to then build the course. In addition to the Moodle template, course design also encompasses discussions around branding, experience, and navigation. These discussions lead to the strategic use of graphics, color, icons, themes, and other elements to help meaningfully guide students through the course. Sprint number 4 is the final guided sprint as part of the course development checklist. The remaining steps 6 through 9 encompass the independent work that developers will undertake to complete the rest of the course. Step 6 is when the instructional materials, or lessons, are created and curated. Instructional materials are usually items that students will read, watch, or listen to. It may be reading a textbook chapter, case study, or online article, listening to a podcast, or watching a recorded demonstration or video. Open educational resources that have Creative Commons licenses, as well as library resources, present a vast opportunity for curating and remixing of existing content. We have provided a copyright quick reference guide with the help of our Cambrian library team, which helps to differentiate course materials that may or may not be used in different ways. We encourage all faculty and course developers to source course materials from diverse worldviews. There are numerous benefits to this, including encouraging critical thinking, offering new perspectives, and opening up space for new voices to be heard. This is especially important to those voices that come from intersecting identities. These include those who identify, come from, or experience life with a disability, LGBTQ2S, Black, Indigenous, women and girls, underrepresented, and marginalized groups. Decolonizing and demarginalizing our course materials can help all students feel more welcome because they will be able to see, hear, and view themselves in what is represented in the course. Step 7 is the creation and curation of learning activities, which are also known as ungraded practice activities. These ungraded activities help to scaffold students in their learning. Examples of learning activities include discussions, self-graded practice quizzes, labs, concept maps, reflection questions, peer reviews, and more. Once students complete the instructional materials, they can use these ungraded learning activities to practice and develop a deeper understanding of the topics before they apply their learning in a graded assessment. There are many ways to curate open educational resources as learning activities. The eCampus Ontario H5P Studio houses over 10,000 interactive activities developed by Ontario post-secondary educators. Many of these are Creative Commons licensed for reuse and can be downloaded and added to your course with your own customization or left as is with attribution to the original author. Step 7 concludes the development and curation of course materials. Step 8 is when course materials will be uploaded into Moodle. Now that the course outline, assessment plan, syllabus, assessments, instructional materials, and learning activities have been developed, the course materials can be added. By this time, the course template and visual design can be applied. Learning objectives are added to each course section. Assignment drop boxes are created. Question banks, quizzes, and tests are developed. Due dates are aligned to the syllabus. And rubrics and checklists are applied to the assessments. Accessibility is ensured through a review process using Microsoft Accessibility Checker tools for documents. Some of the accessibility checks in Moodle include appropriate headings and links, high contrast text, descriptive alt text on images, and much more. A source references list should be added to the course. This list includes links and references to any external course materials. This ensures students have all the correct course materials, acts as a backup if links break, and models the type of referencing of source materials that we expect of our students. Once all of the course materials are inputted into Moodle, links are tested, tests and quizzes are previewed, due dates are assigned, and all materials are functioning, this concludes the course creation. The final step in our checklist, step 9, is the course instructor review. If a course developer is not teaching the course, a handoff occurs at this time to the course instructor. As part of the quality standards, a course must include a welcome message from the instructor, contact information, response times for email and graded assessments, late assignment policy, as well as expectations for discussions in the course. Any final amendments that the instructor needs or wishes to make are completed at this time. This concludes the overview of our course development checklist and templates. To get started, visit our website where you can preview and download all of these resources. If you have any questions, please contact the Hub team via email at teaching@cambriancollege.ca.